Hello, hello. All right, everyone is muted, which is awesome. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Awesome. Now let's do the screen recording part. Boop, 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 boop. Share. Yeah. Why am I not seeing share my screen? Yeah. Hmm. Oh, here we go. All right. Let's do. All right. Thumbs up if you can see my screen. Let's see. Can anyone give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Okay, perfect. So it is now 1:01, so we're going to start promptly. Hello, thank you so much for being here today. This is, oopsie doopsies. This is our Saturday Bells workshop called Don't Be a Vulture by yours truly. So we're going to start by meeting me. Hi, I'm Rachel. I am a bronze director here with pharmacy, and I have been in direct sales since 2021 with this beautiful lady here in the picture. That was my mom. We started this journey together, and I knew basically after losing her that I wanted to continue building in this industry in her honor. As you can see over here, these are my kiddos. I am a boy mom to three. I say kids because my dog is definitely my kid too. And a preschool teacher. We recently moved from Stanford to Darien and getting used to the apartment living, as you can see in this picture. I'm very passionate about building relationships, first in business and in life. So, why this flows perfectly into the workshop. My story that I just shared reinforces authenticity, heart connection, long-term relationship building, and doing business with humanity. And that makes everyone here so much more receptive to the training. So let's get started. Overview of what we're going to talk about today, why people dislike MLMs and direct sales outreach, what not to do, what to do instead, how to build genuine relationships, conversation examples, follow-up strategy and duplication, and leadership tricks, as well as at the end, some homework for you guys, because I think that's so important to tie the training into actionable steps. So let's get into it, shall we? Don't be a vulture. How to build relationships instead of chasing people away. People join who they trust. This training is about professionalism, and we are here not to spam people. We're here to connect, educate, serve, and build trust. Long-term businesses are built on relationships. I see Tam's here. She always, always, always tells us this is a relationship business. This is a relationship business. Keep that in mind because that is crucial. So, why MLMs get a bad reputation? Let's get into it. The truth, people are exhausted by the copy and paste messages, the random links, the fake compliments, the immediate sales pitches, being treated like a transaction. Most people are not anti direct sales, they're truly just anti being hunted down. If your first message to people sounds like a telemarketer broke it, then you've already lost. So, what a vulture looks like. These are example of vulture behaviors. So messaging immediately after being friend requested. Raise your hand if that has happened to you. Have you been personally victimized by this? Or maybe they friend requested you, you accepted, and you instantly got an invite to their VIP group or to their page, right? Hey girl, copy and paste messaging, commenting links under every post, pitching before building rapport, only reaching out when you need sales. Sometimes we have done that, right? Treating people like volume points instead of humans, trauma dumping for sympathy sales. I've seen it happen. Adding people to group chats without consent. Like, remember those party days? I mean, people are still doing it where they don't even ask permission. You go to your messenger, and all of a sudden you're like, how did I get here? No one asked me to be in this chat. So the truth is, vultures chase, whereas professionals attract. These are things not to do. And some example of maybe a bad message. Hey, hon, you'd be perfect for my business opportunity. I saw your profile and think you'd love these products. Drop link instantly without any asking any permission. Are you open to making extra income? I will say things like I think you love these products and making extra income can come into a conversation, but it shouldn't be the first thing you're messaging somebody. Can I tell you about this amazing opportunity? Again, if you are just dumping that without any rapport, you don't want to do that. Especially 5 seconds after a request, right? People can feel when they're being hunted. Instead, you can do things like this. You want to build connection first, engage with people genuinely, respond to stories naturally, find some common ground between you and the person you're connecting with. Be consistent. Let curiosity happen organically. Add value before asking for anything. The goal isn't to force a sale. The goal is to build trust. So, attraction marketing. Obviously, we want to attract, not chase. So, you want to share your life. Think about your profile right now. Are you sharing your life in there? Are you sharing your routines? Are you sharing your behind the scenes, your wins, your struggles, products that you use naturally? Maybe your top 5 things, your 5 pillars. Are people watching you consistently share these things, or are they only seeing pharmacy, 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 pharmacy? Join me, join me, join me, join me, right? Like, think about why people are friends with you on Facebook, on Instagram. They're friends with you because of you. They're not friends with you just because you're a pharmacy influencer. Curiosity creates conversations. You want people to be curious. You don't want to give them everything at once because then they have nothing to ask you, right? People are more likely to ask when they've been observing quietly for weeks and months. Relationship building examples. So here's some good examples of engagement. Instead of something like want to join my team, you can just be natural and start up a conversation, maybe in their stories, because that instantly goes to message. Like, how did your daughter's game go? Or I love your coffee setup, right? If every interaction somehow leads back to your business, people are going to notice. Most important, in my opinion, is ask permission. This is huge. And these are examples of permission-based conversations. So saying something like, would you mind if I shared what's been helping me, right? So say somebody's going through perimenopause and you are too, and they're telling you about their symptoms. Maybe you can say like, hey, would you mind if I share with you what's working for me, right? Are you open to hearing more? Would it be okay if I sent you some info? No pressure, but I just thought of you. Permission changes the entire energy of the conversation, right? And then they're saying, yes, I'm okay with that, or no, not at this time. And it's okay if they say no too. The seed planting method. Most people won't join instantly. Yourself of that. People are not going to join you instantly, and that is normal. Seeds take time. Trust takes repetition. Consistency matters. People are going to watch silently for a while. And honestly, follow up is key. The fortune is often in the follow up, but there's a difference between following up and harassing people. So, follow up without being annoying. Good follow up is helpful, casual, spaced appropriately, and relevant. So, an example like, hey, thought of you because you mentioned struggling with energy, right? Or no pressure at all, but our sale reminded me of her convo that we had. Totally okay if now isn't the right time, right? We don't want to try to say things like daily messaging and being like, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Question mark, question mark, question mark, and just bumping this again. Like if you've already bumped it, give them some time to process things. Ah, come on, computer. Sorry, it's lagging over here. Um, bum, bum, bum. Come on. All right, my top thing. I can't see the top of the screen. I think it's about duplication. I think it says duplication matters. So we're going to go with that. Your team duplicates what you model. So if us as leaders are spammy, provide pressure to others, guilt trip, manipulate, your team might do it too. But if us as leaders are building relationships, lead with authenticity, respect boundaries, educate professionally, that duplicates too. Your business grows by reputation. And you don't have to be perfect too, right? Like I tell my team all the time, I am not a makeup person. I don't do this, I don't do that. I didn't even have time to do my hair or makeup today, but I'm here and I'm showing up, and that's what matters. Okay. Like, look at this. We have a towel on our head, and that's okay. So, final thoughts, be someone people want to talk to, not someone people avoid opening messages from. People may forget the pitch, but they always remember how you made them feel. So now I see some people on the screen. We're going to do a little interactive portion with thumbs up or thumbs down. And these are examples of people either being a vulture or providing valuable information. So thumbs up or thumbs down. Is this being a vulture of valuable? Dropping a link under a stranger's post. Do you want to do that? Thumb down. Good. Following up after someone asked for info. Yes, that's permission, right? Complimenting someone genuinely. Yes. Messaging only when there's a sale. Mm-mm. Asking permission before sending some information. Yes. You guys are pros already. So the real reason I wanted to do this training today is because I had a real life example. And I said, I want to talk to my team about this because I was so overwhelmed and I felt completely attacked. And I actually had to edit my post. So this was my post in a group. And I was just honestly curious about beauty lovers. I said, who here is into beauty, skincare, or even makeup, even a makeup artist, right? I had to edit add, please no links unless asked, because the amount of links, the amount of spam, the amount of friend requests, the amount of unsolicited messages was insane. All I asked was who here is into beauty, skincare, makeup. Okay. So people write in their links right away. Hey, here's my link. Or I hid this one because I was just like, girl, I didn't say I was into your skincare, right? Like she went in saying skincare me. I'm helping launch this. I'm doing this. Momentum's now. Happy to answer any questions. Girl, you just gave me like all this when I just asked you one question. Okay, so I hid that from my post. I even got this instant friend request. I just said okay or something. I did not ask for any information. And I mean, it was a message this long. And she said to me, you had replied to a comment I made. If you're not, I'm sorry for spamming. I hate doing things that way. But girl, look at the message you just sent me. That's spammy. Don't do that. Don't do these huge copy and paste things, okay? Try some of these things instead. These are actual conversations that I've had with people, and I'm still learning. And that's the beauty of this. We are always learning, we are always evolving. You got to find what works for you. But here's some conversations I had that worked for me. And I want you to also remember like, try to overcome an objection. Try to figure out what people are hesitant about because just because they're saying one thing, sometimes it's fear-based, sometimes it's trauma-based, sometimes it's, they've been a victim of being vulture, right? So I received a lovely order while I was on a plane. And I reached out and I just said, hey, like, just saw you place a pharmacy order. Thanks so much for your support. Are you sure you don't want 50% off? Because also, like, sometimes people are supporting you and they don't know that they can get 50% off. I remember one time Tam was talking about thinking about your favorite store. If you walk into your favorite store and everything's full price, but you could have got 50% off there, like how would that make you feel if you walked out and no one told you about that 50% off? Right? Like that stuck with me. So now I always make sure people know that there is an option to get that 50% off. So she just asked me, and I had a conversation with her, right? Like, what do you get with the 50% off? A lot of people want to know if there's fees. A lot of people want to know if there's catches. A lot of people want to know if they have to put their social security number in, which they don't. And if they're just doing it as a discount, just scroll right past it. Um, I had a conversation with someone else and notice I said, would you be open to giving it a try? I always ask people if they're open to something instead of interested in. It's something psychological and it works so much better. So a lot of times there's a but, right? And they're telling me their objection. So I work with them through the objection. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes that's a follow-up conversation. This person did end up joining. Another person, I wanted to follow up because it was about 2 months since I talked to her. And I just said simple, like, hey, I know it's been some time. I want to follow up and see what you thought. And she was telling me what was going on in her life. And I just had a simple conversation, going back and forth, answering her questions, giving her information. Again, asking permission, leading by her responses. So now we have some homework. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay. This week's homework. There are, I want to say 6 things I wrote down for you guys. So keep this in mind. We want to be human before business. So I want you to engage with 10 people genuinely. No pitching allowed. You hear that? No pitching allowed. Examples, reply to stories, comment thoughtfully, congratulate someone, ask questions, connect naturally. The goal here is to practice building rapport without expecting anything in return. Okay? So this is just being social. Just being social. Next, we are going to try to move this out the way, is what we're going to try to do.
It says start 3 conversations without mentioning pharmacy.
Oh, sugar. What did I do? There we go. Thank you, Tam. I was able to move it now. Start 3 conversations without mentioning pharmacy. So this is huge because many people actually don't realize how hard this is for them because you want to share examples of interests that you have with somebody, right? Parenting hacks, maybe the coffee you drink, work-related things, your pets, if you're a dog mom, right? Cat mom, whatever. Hobbies, daily life. Okay, this goes back to the 5 pillars. We want to learn how to connect as a person first. All right, business second. We want to ask permission before sharing any link or info, even if someone is showing interest, even if they are open, right? You always want to ask, would you like me to send it over? Are you open to more info? Not just, oh, okay, they commented on how great my hair looks. Obviously, they want to know about like when we have the $6 reviving shampoo. They obviously want that. So here's the shampoo that I'm using. It's actually $6 right now. Here's the link. Da, da, da. No, ask, calm down. I know you're excited. It is exciting, but work with them. Work with them. It doesn't need to happen like this. The goal is practice respectful conversations. We want to audit your own social media. I started doing this. It's work in progress. Tam has a whole training on this, which is amazing. But seriously, ask yourself, does my page feel welcoming? Does every post sound like a sales pitch? Would I follow me? If I showed up on my For You page, would I be following myself? Do I look approachable? Do I provide value on my page? The goal is to create curiosity instead of pressure. Okay. And again, it doesn't need to be all pharmacy, pharmacy, pharmacy. And we want to see you. Remember, people follow you for you. Follow up with one person the right way. You can totally do more than one person, but at least one person the right way. Not being pushy, not being desperate, not copy and paste messaging. I mean, honestly, truthfully, if I were to follow up, right, and I really wanted this one person to work with me, maybe this is an example. Maybe it's not going to be a message. Maybe it's going to be a voice memo. Maybe it's going to be a video. I know Meredith, some of you may know, she likes to use Snapchat filters and record herself with the Snapchat filters and send those to people. That's okay too, right? Whatever works for you and feels comfortable for you. The goal here is to learn intentional follow up without being pushy, desperate, and the copy and paste messages. So also we want to observe instead of hunting. Spend time this week noticing who consistently watches your stories, who's engaging often, who's asking questions, who seems curious. The warm market is often already watching you quietly. And you can see on your stories, you want to make sure you're posting stories. If you're not posting stories, start posting some stories. And not just pharmacy. Remember that. Keep saying to yourself, this does not need to just be pharmacy. 5 pillars. Go back to your 5 pillars. But you can see who's looking at it. You can see who's engaging it. You can see who's hearting them. It shows up right there. And relationships are the foundation of duplication. Tell yourself that. Relationships are the foundation of duplication. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to post a picture of the workshop, little graphic. And I would love everybody to comment on the post this week with one conversation you are proud of. And based off of this workshop that we had today. All right, let's see if I can stop the sharing and open it up to any questions. Or maybe just look at the chat. All righty. Let's see.
This was so good and obviously so relatable.
Yeah.
And I think that most people, including myself, literally in the last 30 days, I had to tell myself, why did you do that? How many people have said, why did you do that? Sometimes, especially when it's the month end or we're feeling the crunch, and you really have to learn like self-talk
Yeah.
to be able to take a step back and accept, like, okay, I might not hit this goal right now, but I'm going to do more damage if I do show up as the vulture. and it's going to take more time to repair. So it's just all part of the learning curve, right?
Yes, and that's happened to me too. I remember when I was first running for bronze, and I was like just getting in my head, and I'm like mass messaging, and I'm like, Rachel, no, 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 no. And I actually had one person reach out to me after when I followed up, and they're like, honestly, like I just felt like a number. And I was like, I am so sorry. I was so excited about trying to reach this goal that I like just went into robot mode. And we don't want that. You do not want that. Like, it's so hard when you know it's right there, but being desperate doesn't help. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
And they can feel it, right? And that obviously was your entire training. This was amazing. We should get a picture.
Yes. Fix the towel.
Turn your cameras on, guys.
Don't ever say, let me know. Leave the combo with a question. Yes, leaving a combo with a question is a great way to follow up too, because some people aren't going to answer the question right away. And sometimes, too, a lot of people do get busy. I know one of the slides mentioned something like bumping this. It's okay to bump a message saying something like, hey, just wanted to follow up. I know life gets busy, that type of thing. But if you're like constantly bumping it, being like, say you're ready to join my team type of thing, that's a whole different thing. Are you open to hearing more? I no longer say, are you interested? Yay, Amanda! It makes such a difference.
I also think you just hit on something that's important to say from a learning curve and like moving forward. You apologize to the person that called you out. And I think I know I have even gone back in messages to people where I'm like, oh, I should follow up with this person. I read the message I had sent before and I'm like, you vulture, Tamara. What did you do? How
And
did
like
you
you're
leave?
embarrassed to reach
Right. So there's nothing wrong, and it makes you more human with calling yourself out and saying, "Oh my gosh, Samantha, I am so sorry. I just reread that message. Clearly, I was moving too quickly, and I am so sorry that I came off that way. I wouldn't want to receive a message like that. Please forgive me. It's just out of my excitement." And then leave it at that and then be the human, and it's okay because if you don't, you're still going to feel a little weird, right? And it's going to be hard to continue. So I think you just hit on a really important part about growth.
Yes. And I mean, again, we're always evolving, we're always growing. I mean, especially here at pharmacy, they offer so many trainings. So we're constantly learning new strategies too. And it's always important to like stay true to yourself and to go back and say, okay, like I see what had happened. I understand where I was coming from there, but this is truly how I do feel. And I'm sorry for coming off that way. Thank you all for being here. I know it has almost been a whole 30 minutes. And again, you do not need to show up perfectly. You just need to show up authentically you. Like I said, I had every intention to try to get ready. My shower pressure wasn't working, and here we are. And it's okay because we were still able to connect and talk, and you don't need to be all fancy. Your free meeting will end in 10 minutes. Look at that. How's that for timing? All right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. This should have been recording. Fingers. Yeah, it says recording on. So hopefully it does work. I think as soon as I end it, it should go to my computer and I can upload it on YouTube. So fingers crossed that worked. If not, figure out another time to do this. Thank you for being here and happy almost Mother's Day to the mamas on this call.
Thank you, Rachel.
Of course.